welcome to Sweet Tea and Thread. I'm Shai.
And I'm Bethany. Thank you so much for joining us again this week, and welcome to any new viewers of the podcast. We hope that you enjoy, and whether you're a returning viewer or a new viewer, if you do enjoy the podcast, we would really appreciate it if you'd give us like a little thumbs up just to let us know that you like it, or leave a comment down below.
Yeah. And this is episode 9 for us, and for our new viewers, just a little word about thread. We are a fabric and yarn shop. We carry a lot of quilt weight cotton. We have some garment fabrics, heirloom fabrics. We're an AccuQuilt dealer, and
we carry yarn.
What else might we want to add to that?
I don't know. We have notions. We have knitting notions, as well as sewing notions. Mm-hmm. Just a variety.
Yeah. So if y'all are visiting in the area, come see us. We're in Florence, Alabama, which is in the northwest corner of Alabama. So there's lots of things to do here, to visit and look and see.
And great places to eat.
Great places to eat, yeah. So how about we get started with finished objects?
Yay! We're wearing our finished objects.
We are.
I'm dancing.
and what are we wearing, Bethany?
This is, I'll kind of back up a little bit. This is the Tegna. This is a pattern by Kaitlyn Hunter from Boyland Knitworks. And we both have ours made out of different yarns. Yep. Mine's pretty much to the pattern. I made only one modification, and then...
Yep, and then mine was knitted by Amy, who has knit quite a few of our samples, and I wanted it to fit me, and I wanted a longer length, so we lengthened the body of it, and we also lengthened the sleeves, and I'm real pleased with the way it finished up. Mine is out of Lanaza, a yarn by Plymouth, and it is a linen blend yarn, linen and
alpaca and tencel.
So and it's a lovely kind of almost all weather fiber. So, and it's very comfortable. It's a sport weight. I think the pattern actually calls for a fingering.
Yeah, I think it's like a light fingering or a fingering, but the sport weight worked just fine.
Yes, it worked out wonderfully well.
And this has 440 yards per skein.
Yeah, and I think we used 4 skeins for this sweater. Of course, we lengthened it, and I think we made about the largest size.
And the color that Amy used was number 1180, which is pumpkin.
Yes.
So one of Shai's favorite colors.
One of my favorite. Yes, we've talked about pumpkin.
So my Tegna I made to the pattern specifications, except for the armholes. And a lot of people actually have this issue. The pattern is supposed to have 5 to 10 inches of positive ease along like the width of the sweater. So you kind of base it off of your arm circumference. But a lot of people have found that the circumferences are kind of small. They don't really accommodate larger arms, which we have sometimes.
We can say well developed.
Well developed.
Yes.
Strong arms.
Strong.
But anyway.
All that knitting.
Yes, absolutely. Builds up the muscle. But anyway, so I did modify the arms for mine. So I knit a size large for the body, and then I ended up deciding to go up to a 2X for the arm hole. So basically all you have to do with that modification is look at the number of inches that you're knitting for the sleeves when you split for them, and then of course you'll have to pick up the number of stitches for that particular size when you actually go to knit your sleeves in the round. So it's super easy. It doesn't change anything about the stitch count of the sweater or anything. It's just how long you're knitting that split for the sleeve. Yeah. So it's super simple and fun to do. Yeah. And I knit mine out of a yarn that surprisingly is also Plymouth. It is Ink and Spice.
It's a yummy yarn.
It's beautiful. It is more of a luxurious yarn, I would say. It has merino, baby alpaca, mulberry silk, and yak.
Yak.
Which is kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever knit anything out of yak. So this was my first. This is a fingering weight. I used 5 skeins. When I say I used 5 skeins, I used exactly 5 skeins. I was playing yarn chicken when I was finishing the sleeve. I ended up taking out my swatch to finish the ribbing on this sleeve, which was fine. It was perfectly enough. But the color that I used was color number 3, which is green. We have actually sold out of a lot of our Incan Spice yarn. It's kind of been popular. We had a shawl that was made out of it, and a lot of people bought yarn for that. So we have other options that you can use. Since it is a fingering weight yarn, any fingering weight will work. There are some beautiful colors in the Urth yarn that would be great for this sweater. And if I was brave, I would knit a black. Tegna.
That would be stunning.
But the issue I would have with that, I'm not brave enough to knit black lace yet. I love black yarn. I'll knit pretty much anything in black yarn, but not black lace yet. So Urth has several beautiful yarns. We also have, let's see, let me scoot over here. Well, let me pick up this. Yeah. Some of my yarn that I've dyed. This is a newer base. That would be such a pretty color. I know. I kind of wish that I had made mine out of this color, but hadn't dyed it yet.
Yeah, you had started yours before.
Exactly. So this is the new base that we showed off last time. This is the MCN base. So it's a merino cashmere nylon. This would be really pretty, and I love this color particularly for it.
That really would be a beautiful.
And I saw even people, like I was telling Shai earlier, I saw somebody on Ravelry who had done it out of Remix Light, which is like a DK, kind of like a lightweight DK yarn, but it's made out of recycled fibers, and it has kind of a tweedy look to it, so it was kind of a really beautiful, interesting texture to the sweater. So, I mean, really, the possibilities are endless. Just swatch and get gauge.
Pretty much. All right, then my other finished project,
which she just finished today.
Really, my finished project, because this is Amy's finished project, is this hat. This is out of a new yarn that we got from Plymouth. Again, it is the it's a beaded rib pattern for the hat. And it's some gorgeous colors, and the hat takes 2 skeins, and this yarn is Gina, and it's 100% wool,
not superwash.
Not superwash.
So this is also great for felted projects.
Yeah, and but it feels lovely. It has a great hand to it. It doesn't feel rough or anything like that. So I thought this was a really pretty colorway, and I loved this beaded rib. It was pretty simple to do. We'll do a picture. Here's the picture.
Kind of.
Yeah, you want to walk it up just a little bit. So
and the color that Shai used, this doesn't have the name of the color, but the color number is 0022. So,
yeah.
But we have a ton of colors. These are just a few of them.
Yeah, we've just put that out on the shelves. So.
Yeah, we're really excited to see what people make with this.
And I think I have seen some felted projects out of it before. And, yeah, very fun. And so...
Okay, so that's that. That's finished objects.
That's finished objects. And so we're ready to move on to our whips.
Works in progress.
Works in progress, yeah. I've had a little bit of startitis.
Yeah, do you want to? I have 2. I have 2. She has the most this time. It's the Shai podcast now.
Well, you know, we each have our moment. one of the things I'm working on, we've talked about Heidi and Lana, the passage poncho that we finished that was a little drop stitch. This is the Discovery poncho, and it's in a light fingering 100% merino yarn. And so this is what I'm working on. This is the front. This is, what did I tell you, about 2/3 of the first skein. There's 3 skeins in the kit. But it's you know, pretty much a stockinette with some seed stitch border, and it's a great, I just need something simple, kind of knit with some of the other projects I have going on.
Do we have the photo? Do you have
yes, there's the photo of it.
Look, guys. Dun, dun, dun. It's really pretty.
And we've talked about the kits before, and this is the kit for the Discovery poncho. It comes with 3 skeins, and then it has, you know, the little extras, some
A lot of little extras.
markers, stitch markers.
Oh, okay, hold on.
A row counter card.
It's merino and alpaca.
Oh, I was thinking it was 100% merino. So
Well, this one's 50 merino, 50 alpaca.
okay.
Comes with the pattern, stitch markers, a progress keeper, a row counter card where you can mark off your rows as you go, a pencil, because we all need a pencil,
Right.
and tapestry needle.
But we have several colors for
This
this.
one matches.
Yes. Notice I
Pumpkin.
pulled the pumpkin one. Yeah. But there is another gray, a dark gray over there, and then
There's
an
a green
apple
that's very
green.
similar to
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, so
There's kind of a beautiful yellow. It looks like, is that a purple or is that a, we're looking
yeah, we're
at the,
yeah.
they're over there. But yeah,
So.
there's lots of really good colors.
And so then the other project I'm working on is another Heidi and Lana project, and it is the Rainfall scarf or shawlette. And so it's going to be hard to see the pattern, but it's pretty interesting.
We may
So-
insert a picture, and look, it really kind of stretches out really
Yeah.
beautifully too.
And it's not difficult at all, but it's just a little, you know, think about it a minute. So I'll do a little bit of this, then I'll move over to the Discovery poncho for something easy.
Here it comes.
But again, it's a 100% merino. So each of these kits, the fiber content of the yarn is a little bit different. So
Yeah.
but
And this comes with all the little extras too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically with these kits, all you need is your knitting needles and you're good to go,
yeah.
which I love.
So that's
And
2.
great gift idea.
Yeah. Then get ready for cuteness. I did the little French macaroon. It's a baby sweater. And so that's the front. And that's the back.
There's going to be like a little buttonhole.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a little tab.
It's so cute. And look at these. I love these colors that she
Mm-hmm.
did. And this right here is a striping yarn. So.
Yeah. This is Urth cotton yarn that I did the body of it in. It's the same skein. It's going to be, again, like the socks that I've made.
Fraternal.
Yeah, kind of fraternal.
Not
It's
matching.
what did I say? Monochromatic color change.
Oh, yeah.
Gradient. That's the word I'm looking
More
for.
like a
It's
gradient?
it's a gradient color change. So the orange or kind of rusty color turned into the pink color. You know, that kind of
I
thing.
picked our favorite colors.
Yeah, those are cute too.
The blue. What did we say? We made a bunch of hats and they were all blue, and then we realized we needed something out of something other than blue. What do I grab to show you examples of?
Blue. But the top part is out of modern cotton, which is a bamboo cotton blend, and these yarns work very well together. They feel very close to the same. So all I've got to do is a 3 needle bind off and then stitch up the sides, and that will be done. So I've got some almost finished projects, and then Deschain, I guess.
The other thing is the Deschain.
Yeah, and I'll just show you the front of that. All I have to do is sew the front and the back together and do the sleeves, and
I'm kind of excited.
Instead I started 3 other projects. So, but here's how that's looking.
Amazing. Look at that.
Yeah. Hold it up to you, because I think it's about the, yeah.
It's about the length of this.
It is, yeah.
So there you go. But you'll kind of stretch out this
yes,
a little bit.
It hasn't, yeah, I haven't blocked it or anything.
But that pattern, that lace pattern, really pretty.
And again, that was fun to do, and it's a very good beginner lace project.
And
it
this
really
is going to be great to wear over stuff.
Yeah.
Wear over stuff because, guys, it's kind of thin. You can see me through it.
And here's the back. It's just, the back is just plain stockinette. So I've got the back and the front done. Again, it's just stitching it together
like a
and
with some jeans, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
It's cute.
So I think that oh, and here's the little macaroon. Did you show this?
No, I did not. Here,
so,
let me do the little.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
so you can
see, they're super cute.
Yeah.
Super easy.
So most of the projects that I've seen are pretty much done in solids, but I thought it'd be cute to stripe it up and see what happens.
Some of this stuff over here. I'm off camera.
Okay.
I'm working on it, guys. Hold on.
Yeah.
I got yarn because we're moving on to me.
Yep. Yep. That's it for projects on my needle.
She's working on a lot more
Half
than
off
I am.
my needle.
Yeah, she's working on a lot more than me, but I'm fine with that.
I feel like I'm going 24/7.
Well, I pretty much am too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
some of this is for the store that I'm working on. Some of it's kind of super secret projects that I can't really give a lot of information about because it may be Christmas.
I don't know.
But anyway,
yeah,
it's fine. So I'll show you one for the store though. This, okay. How long have we had Big Sky? We've had it for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous stuff. We still haven't made a sample out of it, why we have waited this long, I don't know.
Well,
because this yarn is absolutely beautiful.
It's just me and you, babe, making the sample. I tell you, we're going as hard as we can go.
In other words, we don't have time.
So maybe somebody has to quit buying yarn so we can get samples of what we've got here done up.
Anyway, so I have made 3. Well, no, this is my 3rd one. I've made 2 of these so far out of other yarns. And this was before I started working here. And so I finally I was itching to make another one. So I convinced her to let me cast.
It doesn't take a lot of convincing.
It's really easy. I mean, I came in today, I'm like, I found a new crochet project, which we'll get to. I was like, I kind of want to do it. Can I do it? And she's like, yeah, sure. This is the Bella Shawl. This is by Annie Lee Baker. It's a really pretty shawl. It's like a asymmetrical triangle, I guess you'd call it.
Yes.
Has this really fantastic edge on it though. So it starts on this end and then you keep increasing and it keeps going and going and going. And so I'm making this out of Big Sky Yarn Company yarn. The pattern calls for a DK. The original 2 I made in worsted. Still works fine, but I wanted to do a DK. Big Sky, we just happen to have DK. So we have their Squish DK, and this is the color that I'm doing it out of, and I love it. It's called Bad Blood. Now, Shay and I both think this looks like a watermelon. So, if you look up my project notes on this, it's called the Watermelon Bella Shawl. So, anyway, I am using 2 skeins of the Big Sky Squish DK to make this shawl. And I am knitting it on a size 8 needle. Now, I'm a loose knitter, and the pattern called for a size 6. But I kind of wanted more of a drapier, looser type of a shawl. So I cast on with the 8, knit a couple of rows, and really liked the way this felt. So I'm going with an 8. And I have colors, guys, because you know me, I pull like 8 million skeins to show you options. So we have some Big Sky DK, we have some Hedgehog Fibers DK, we have a bunch of more colors that would be fun. I thought that would be kind of fun though, look at that. It's got all those speckles in it. Or you can do a neutral, or you can do kind of a really rich tonal neutral. I mean, like,
you can't go wrong.
if you come in the shop and I'm here and you ask me to pick out yarn for something, I can go wild if you let me. Like, I'll show you everything under the sun. So, I'm holding these like they're my babies.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the projects that I was working on. And this honestly will probably be, okay, knock on wood, but it'll probably be off my needles next time, because this pattern, I forget how addictive it is. It is one of those patterns it flies. Like, I didn't realize it, but it does fly, and I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully that'll be off my needles next time. And then the other thing I'm working on, we can't podcast without having socks, guys. It's a rule.
I think so.
I mean, we've had socks on the podcast how many times already?
I think every one, because I make socks all the time. Mind you, I haven't made my second sock for all the ones I've shown so far.
Guys, when we don't have a sock on the podcast, yell at us in the comments, because something's wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, I cast this on a week ago? I don't know. This is the Blueberry Waffle sock. Where's my notes? I need to know who designed this. Blueberry Waffle, Sandy Turner. Sandy Turner, thank you for designing the Blueberry Waffle socks. It is a textured rib. It's a free pattern. That's another thing to mention. It's free. Mm-hmm. So the pattern does originally call for DK yarn, so it's more like a house sock or like a boot sock. I think she suggests that you can wear it with your boots in the wintertime. I'm using fingering weight yarn, and the pattern's really adaptable to it. So I did my typical, well, I didn't do my typical sock recipe. My typical sock recipe I cast on 56 stitches. But I decided these aren't for me. We'll leave it at that. These aren't for me, so I cast on 64 stitches just because I wanted them to be comfortable on the recipient. I like my socks really, really tight. Not cutting off circulation tight, but really, really tight. So I did the traditional fingering weight 64 stitches, and the pattern still works for it. I am using Hampton. It is a fingering weight from Cascade. It's one of our affordable fingering weights, and it's so soft.
Heritage.
I saw the H.
Hampton is...
I saw the H and I thought it was Hampton. Hampton's
DK.
the DK linen and cotton blend. I'm sorry, guys.
Which we will be talking about.
Here in a second. It's sitting right there. Heritage. Guys, Heritage. Wow. 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So, this is the first sock. I'll be knitting the other sock. The toe on this will be the same as the cuff. And then once I finish this pair, I'm actually going to do another pair because I have a lot of yarn left over. And it's going to be the exact opposite. This green will be the cuff and the toe, and then this tan will be the full leg and foot of the sock. So, and I may not use the Blueberry Waffle for that one. I haven't decided yet, but
I think they're real cute. I love that pattern.
It's so squishy. Mm-hmm. And this yarn is so soft. Heritage. Not Hampton. So, anyway. Those are my only 2 works in progress.
So that's it for you?
Yep. As far as works in progress, yeah. I have a soon to be worked on, but we'll talk about that in a second.
All right. We haven't talked about crochet in a while, And I've done several classes on these for the shop, and we'll probably be doing it again after the holidays in the new year. But not only is it time for sweater weather, but hat and mitten weather, and might as well start on the little flannel blankets. So these are just they seem to be, a big thing again, because I've had several people wanting to do these classes. But it's just a little crocheted edge around a little flannel blanket. This is a little shell stitch on this one. And the pink one, it's a shell stitch it's a little picot.
Here, I'll kind of show it up close a little
we'll
bit.
do a close-up picture of them. But we carry both of these flannels. We've got them in the shop. And I do mine.
Cute flannels, too. In addition to these, we have more.
And these are about 36 by 36. And
so soft.
It's very fun to make. I use pearl cotton to do these edges. They wash up great. And so it's a very fun project. And I've enjoyed making them.
Yeah. So your whole project doesn't have to be knitted or crocheted. Crochet is great for adding edges to stuff.
Right.
So
I thought y'all might be interested in seeing that.
Yeah, these are great. I love these.
Alrighty. And then we have some dream knitting and
projects.
Some dream crochet.
Wow, Bethany's gonna crochet. I haven't crocheted in a while. I know how, but do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start.
We're gonna go with the crochet, guys.
Since we just came in on crochet.
What colors did I pick out? They actually, there's some orange. Look, we match.
Pumpkin and green.
I picked out green. But this is Tangier. This is a Cascade yarn. It is a silk, cotton, acrylic, and rayon blend. And again, we haven't really done anything out of this yet, or haven't had a sample in a while.
Right. I had an Afghan when we first opened. Great big granny square. Surprise.
Granny squares are great projects.
But
that's my extent of crochet, pretty much. Done a few extra things other than that, but granny square is kind of my go-to. But I was kind of scrolling through Ravelry earlier today. This is how fast I decide on things. I was scrolling through Ravelry and I found a really pretty crocheted scarf.
Yeah.
It is the Succulent scarf. So you can kind of see. And this doesn't give away any project information. It's just yardages and hook sizes and stuff. We may insert a better picture.
Yeah.
But this is a really long crocheted scarf. It has the fringe at the end. And it looked like it was pretty easy. This is a free pattern too. It's designed by Universal Yarn Design Team. So it looks like it's a super easy crochet pattern, which since I haven't crocheted in a while, I kind of need. And so that's going to be my next. To be honest, I'll probably go home and start this.
Well, you've had a hook in your hand already today, so you're probably going to be.
Yeah, I've been making chain. Just chaining. For a window display we're working on for the store. So.
And then something I've had on my mind for a while to knit is this yarn. This is Hampton. I love this color. It's kind of greenish yellow. And I knew I wanted to make a particular sweater with this. And then something came out the other day that I thought, oh, maybe I want to do that instead. So if y'all would like to comment and give your opinion.
Which she should do.
Yeah.
Let's show the first
one. All right. Yeah. This is out of the Making number 4 lines. And I'm considering the Stone Wool Turtleneck by Michelle Wong.
Oh, it's a Michelle Wong. Okay, guys. This might be my pick.
mean, when I saw this pattern, I thought, oh, the Hampton yarn. And Hampton is a linen cotton blend.
So it's great for our climate.
Right, and it's kind of a rustic looking yarn. And you know, it feels great, but it's a little bit rustic looking, and that's what I thought that sweater needed.
It's Michelle Wong.
Mm-hmm.
She did the stone cutter, which I still have in my
Oh,
bucket
okay.
list of
Uh-huh.
things. I love that stuff.
Now I will do modifications to this sweater if this is the one I choose to do. Is I probably won't do the turtleneck. I'll probably just make it a jewel neck, and then I'm only going to do the texture on the front. I will just do a stockinette
on the
back,
yeah.
and probably the sleeves. But then He put out a new pattern. Yeah.
Look at that.
Called the Cedar Pullover. And from the time I saw Tracy from the Grocery Girls made it for her sister Jody, and from the first time I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, I love that sweater. I've got to make that sweater. That's what I can make out of the Hampton instead. So, if y'all want to comment, if you would comment, please, and give me...
give her some advice.
Yes, advice,
Which
please.
one?
So, either Cedar...
Both pretty.
Yeah.
Both great designers, too.
Mm-hmm. So, Cedar, or we can say Michelle Wong. What was the...
It was...
Yeah, it's back that way.
Sorry.
There we go.
Stone wool turtleneck.
Yeah. So we can say stone wool or cedar.
There you go.
And let me know what you think, because I'm loving both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm loving this yarn. And I think
That
that's
yarn
going to
would
be
be
my next
great
sweater
on
project.
Gosh, I gotta pick out a sweater project. I need a new one.
Yeah.
Suggestions. Comment on this. Don't worry about me. I have a favorites list a mile long.
All right. You think that's it for us
I think that's
today?
it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I feel like we had a lot of projects today. There's a lot of yarn on our table.
Well,
so.
I kind of do a little bit of overkill when I pull
No.
yarn ideas, so.
No, it was a good selection, and you know. So we're still doing iced tea. Our sweet tea today is from Sweet Basil. It's black cherry.
Ooh.
And actually, we do a mix. When I go over there, I'll do a little bit of sweet tea, a little bit of unsweet tea, and then the flavor. Usually it's peach or raspberry. But the last couple of times we've been over there, they've had black cherry. Pretty good. And we've told you before, Sweet Basil is a lovely little place to eat.
It's
So,
right up the walk
yeah.
from us.
Where we had lunch today. That's why our tea's from there.
Yeah.
So once again, I got here and said, forgot the tea. So anyway, but it's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate you joining us, and we hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.